Tourists go home, an anti-tourist slogan that was doing the rounds last year. The irony. I wonder what the Incas thought of the Spanish way back in the day. Tourists go home. They didn't really have a choice though, the Incas, did they? They just got murdered and slaughtered and their gold stolen. The irony that modern day Spaniards are telling people to go home when they decimated an entire population. But then again, the British have done the exact same over the years. And it's strange that you now have people in the UK telling people to go home, where for hundreds of years the British conquered nations. I wonder if people tell the Romans to go home. Damn you Romans, go home, as they built their amphitheatres and brought running hot water and baths to the population. It's a funny old world, isn't it? You know, people have travelled since the dawn of time, since man crawled out its little patch in Africa and populated the world. And borders are made up by people who want to control the land. And yes, it's all nice having your own little castle, if you have such a thing. It's a home. It's not really yours. You're just there taking care of it from that little point in time. You know, that thing that you own, that property that you've spent all your life trying to achieve, trying to buy, paying back the bank an exuberant amount of money. Get me started on that. You know, people say, oh yeah, I own my own house. No, you don't. The bank owns it. Until you've paid that mortgage off, you don't own it. And then even when you have paid the mortgage off, you've paid so much more than what the value of the property initially was. And you know, people get caught up on owning things. And one of the things that I've noticed about me since I've moved to Spain is the missus always has a laugh at me. She says, you know, I'm the one that will wear the designer clothes. I'm the one that will only go into certain shops to buy clothes. She said I'm quite a bit of a plonker that way. I do say to her that, you know, quality costs a little bit more money. It does last longer. But who tells us that we need to buy that? Who tells us that we need to be right wing, left wing? Who labels us that? Who tells us where to go on holiday? This is a shout out to the Spanish, the British. You know, it's not the tourists' fault that the tourists go to certain locations. Why do we only go to resorts? Do you know, make you wonder? It's because we've been trained to go to these areas. And the more that you're trained to do something on an ongoing basis, you'll keep on doing it. So that then means that because people like going to these areas, they then want to buy property. They then want to do everyone over. They then want a piece of the action. Why? Because they've been brainwashed into doing it. And that's the sad part. Don't think that there are many people that really are free in this world. You might think that you're free, but you're not. So when people say tourists go home, it's not the tourists' fault. It's the big corporations that advertise the locations. I wonder what would happen if tourist companies started to say, you know what? It's a little bit busy here. Let's build a hotel in some little tiny town in the middle of Spain that no one goes to, and the population is decreasing due to the fact that the Spanish have no work there. I think that would work. But then again, it would just increase the population. People would start working there, and then the people that started working there would complain 2 years later that the property prices were exceeding their wages, and then we go all over it again. It's madness, isn't it? There's one thing that's for sure. Fish, dolphins that are out there, we see dolphins out there about once a week. They travel about the oceans, they mind their own business, they do their own thing. And they travel the seven seas, as they say. But humans, we actually have to be the worst creature on the planet. Literally. I mean, we can't get on, we can't agree, greed gets in the way. And when greed gets in the way, that then starts wars. The average person doesn't want to start a war. The average person doesn't want to go to war. The average person just wants to wake up, have enough food to feed him and his family, her and her family, her and her and their family, him and their family, whatever. But they just want to get on with life. And it's politicians, it's newspapers, it's media that portray the fact that, no, it's the greatest thing ever, divide and conquer. So here's a thought. Maybe the next time that you're going to book a holiday, maybe don't go to that resort that you love going to every year. Because we're creatures of habits. You know, we are creatures of habits. If you think ants are bad, humans are just as bad. We go to the same places. It's not like a... Nah, don't say that. We are creatures of habits. And maybe we should start expanding the places we go to. But then again, maybe the New World Order or whatever Trump and his mates say don't want us to travel. Don't get me started about a bloody ship that's now infecting the world with a rat. That's a nonsense, that, isn't it? You would think they would just keep them all on the ship until everybody was kind of just either, I don't mean this in a bad way, but dead or over it. Anyway, tell me your thoughts in the comments section. I'll see you in the next video. Just a quick thought of the day, something I was thinking about when I was coming out of town. I thought, you know what?